Leash.
Okay. I just can't believe those people walked on and she went over and then we said come and she came right back. We do have to have trees.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to have on you, but be aware. And then big rewards happen away from the door. Right?
The door, big rewards. So I'm just bringing him in.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I want you to step on the leash.
Okay. Here he is.
All right. So I'll take him and I'm going to take him around.
Okay. Jesse.
So there's that. Yes, good boy.
What am I doing?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
All right.
We're clicking.
Reward, reward, reward. Right in the mouth. Reward, reward. But right in her mouth. Just right in her mouth. Uh-huh. Keep rewarding. Uh-huh. Keep rewarding. And then stop rewarding.
What is that? Chicken?
I think so.
Reward, reward, reward.
Purdy.
Do I need to click? Nothing.
You can, but you don't need to.
Okay.
I would say don't worry about it. Come on, Jess. Stop rewarding. Reward, reward, reward. Open bar. So this signals open bar. Okay?
No, she's just looking at my fingers.
She's looking towards him.
But I want there to be like spells of no reward
Okay.
and spells of big reward.
Okay.
Purdy.
Okay, we're going.
Purdy, look.
So she doesn't have to look, she knows he's there. Jesse. Jess. Jesse. All right, I want you to take the turkey away and just hide it behind your back. You can stay there. I want you to just hide it behind your back. I want to see, when I come out this next time, does she see him and then look to Dad
Okay.
for the turkey? Don't say her name or don't say anything. Feed it.
Purdy.
Okay. Stop. Going away. Okay, again, I want to see. Is she making the connection with why the turkey is coming out?
Kind of. You're waiting for her to look back at him, right?
Call her name.
Purdy.
Her turkey. And then can you step on the leash a little bit shorter? There you go. Okay.
Purdy.
Good. Excellent. This way, this way. Oh, sorry.
Conk.
Yes, good girl, good girl. Nice job.
And so this is just so she's not always clamoring towards him? Is that the purpose for?
Well, if you were keeping them separate to limit interactions and tiffs, this is just how you start to desensitize the dog who has a tendency to go after the other dog.
Yeah.
Because you're making the presence of this dog mean extra special rewards for her. We did not use that turkey during our regular training.
Right.
So she only is getting that reward when he comes out.
Okay.
Okay? So the other thing I want to do is, the last thing I want to do is rewards for Jessie, rewards for Purdy. Okay, so how we do that is, then I have 2 dogs.
No.
She's fine, so I'm gonna come closer. I wanna make sure they're at a distance from each other. And I wanna do this. For Purdy, for Jessie. For Purdy, for Jessie. For Purdy, for Purdy, for Jessie. For Purdy. Good dogs. So nobody's clamoring at me. And they're getting rewards together but apart. Okay?
Mhm.
For Jessie, for Purdy. For Jessie, for Purdy. For Purdy, for Jessie. Okay? And it's like this, and like this, like this, and like this. Okay? So who wants to try this? It's easy.
Yeah. Just look. Do you want me to go back over there with him and then come in?
No, you can just step on his leash because I don't want him coming in to her.
Okay.
And it's just like, I want you to say their name and then reward. Their name and
For
reward.
Purdy?
Mhm.
For Jessie.
Good. Uh-huh.
For Purdy?
Uh-huh.
Jessie, good boy. Purdy. Oh, my fingers. Ow, you guys.
So remember the
For
name.
Jessie?
Mhm. For
For
Purdy.
Purdy.
So this is like you
Jessie.
reinforcing the fact that
Purdy.
this is one is for Purdy. It's not for Jessie.
Jessie?
This one is for Jessie. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
for Purdy.
Okay.
Because what happens when you have multiple dogs, especially with one who's impulsive, is they will come in and be like,
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And then she will start to growl at him, right? And I want her to understand, you can just release the leash, and then you can try it with the higher value. Okay, so,
For Purdy.
uh-huh,
Oh,
And
you
then-
coming? Is he gonna be over there?
yeah.
For Jessie.
You want me to
But
stay?
remember, if they're off leash, I want you to be like this, and this, and
Okay.
this, and this. So that you're always kind of feeding at an arm's distance,
Okay.
okay? And you can step off of his leash.
Okay.
For
Oh, we
Jessie.
get up. We need to
So-
go back. Purdy?
They're too close right now,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
For Purdy.
Yeah, so move her away because she's easier to move away than he is.
So stepping on this.
Okay, yeah, for Jessie.
Run
Hurry,
away.
come,
She's on the move.
for Purdy, for Jessie. Okay, again, I want to make sure that they're at an arm's distance. You don't have to do that. So in
Oh,
real life,
okay.
you guys aren't gonna be on leash,
No.
right? For Purdy, for Jessie. For Purdy. For Jessie. For Purdy, good girl. For Jessie. For Purdy. For Jessie. For Purdy. Okay, so how she sitting,
Yeah.
she's not encroaching. That's what I want. So go ahead and try it with the turkey.
Okay. Do I wanna have her sit first?
No, I didn't ask her to sit. So all of these things, we're trying to get her to do things on her
Purdy?
own. So
What's the best way to not get bit?
I would just make sure that when you're doing this, you're not rewarding one here and then going to the other. Okay, so it's like hand, cup. So this is why management is critical. Okay. So
She's not done that. That's not happening.
Okay.
I mean, she's kind of gone after it, but not like that.
okay. So
Because she thinks now it's all for her, I think.
right, and this is why we do the for Purdy for Jesse, for Purdy for Jesse. But management is like a baby gate in between, right? And I just wouldn't, again, I would go back to not having them interact at all until this is like more solid.
Not having them interact at all. What do you mean? I mean, like.
So this can happen at any time, over a toy, over the bed, over the water bowl, right? It can happen over anything. It can happen because somebody's at the front door and he's in the wrong position at the wrong time, right? So baby gate, and that's why it's like if you have a baby gate here and then she's in this area, he's out there, and then you swap. So that it's never a situation of you have what I want, because he will always lose, because he's handicapped at this point in his life, right?
So, I mean, this is just making me think about just because we haven't been doing that and we haven't had, because, well, for instance, like, he doesn't play with toys, you know, so
okay.
that's never an issue. We feed them in separate places. He eats in there, she eats in here.
But
They've never been in the water bowl at the same
But
time.
before we had our first training session, I think I talked to Dave about it, or you brought it up in the session.
What?
I don't remember.
What did I say?
But I knew that she had got after him.
Yes, but
Well, she did when you were here before you left. When we brought him back in, it was a quick little exchange. And
yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess she has gone after him, but not like that.
no,
You know, it's more been.
Go.
she wants water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, conflict is going to come up.
Okay.
Right? So I don't know whether it was just from seeing it happen here, but I thought I knew it happened before I came.
It had happened probably, yeah, but not because she.
And that was why I
She's
was
jealousy. Like
that's
in
why
the
I was
beginning.
recommending
Yeah.
management and baby gates and that kind of thing. Right? How you would get out of that is you're gonna have them together, like the easiest thing to do is just baby gate, right? X-pen, baby gate, crate. Okay. Alternately, if you want her to wear a muzzle, but nobody wants a dog to be around the house in a muzzle,
Right.
right? If she only does it around food and rewards, I still don't think you can limit just not having food and rewards around, right? Because what happens is everything is a reward. Petting is a reward. Access to you is a reward. Being close to you is a reward. And dogs that do that will do that when they get overly aroused by things they're barking at, by things they're playing with, by you move towards the clicker. That was the first one, was moving towards the toolbox, right? The box that smells. It could be a bed, it could be a toy, it could be the water dish, it could be access to the outside, it could be access to you, right? And if you want to protect him from her, then limit her access to him. And then we would do this for Purdy, for Jessie, with the baby gate in between.
I guess I'm just thinking, when you're saying limit her access, do you mean all the time? Like have them always separated?
Whenever there would be an instance, you would think that there would be
Well,
an
yeah.
altercation.
Okay,
And
but
that
like,
could be anytime.
I know, well, that's
Yeah.
what's throwing me off.
Right.
So you're
that could
saying,
be anytime.
so you're saying have them separated all
Yeah.
the time.
And then work on it while
Yeah.
they're separated, and that's what that whole thing is about me bringing him in, and it was free rewards for her, right? That's open bar, closed bar is free rewards for her when he's
Pretty.
around.
Off.
Come on, off. Right? And then you start to do this, 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 and see the distance? I'm in between, and then you reiterate the name. This one's for this one. This one's for this one. And I have my hands really far apart, and there's no
Pretty off.
intention. And it teaches the impulsive one that she can have when it's her name and her turn. He can have when it's his name and his turn. She can have when it's her name and her turn. He can have when it's his name and his
He's
turn.
just going for air.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring
Yeah.
out the rewards now,
Yeah.
though, right? Because we can't do that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We have to be extra careful with her. But even access to training time.
Yeah, I
Anything
think,
the
I
dog
think she's
sees-
jealous of that. Like,
Anytime the dog perceives value and something important to them, and that could be like, oh, what a good girl, and then he walks by,
Yeah.
right? Because he is an old man and he cannot defend himself.
Yeah.
So that's all, you know. And yeah, it's not great to have them separated, but you separate while you work through it.
I guess, do you know at a certain point that you have worked through it and like you can start
Yeah, because
eliminating.
you won't see it anymore. You will notice
So you will
that
take
she.
the gate away at some point?
You will
and
notice that
practice?
she has more impulse control on her own.
Okay.
That she sees him come in and she goes, "Where's my treat?
Right.
Jesse's in the room. I can see Jesse over there. Gimme, gimme." Right? Instead of saying, "Fuck off, get the hell out of here. This is my people, my treats," which is
Yeah.
what she did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But that's teaching, right? So that's that whole like thing where he comes in and big rewards for her, best rewards. And we hadn't brought the turkey out before. And it was like bestest thing
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the bestest girl. Right?
Yeah.
She can do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know she can.
Yeah.
Yeah. She really, I mean, I feel silly saying it after she just did that, but she really
She's
seems
a
like,
dog. She
know.
is a dog.
I know.
If you had a crocodile here
Yeah.
and you said, "Oh, my crocodile sometimes snaps," nobody's gonna say, "Really? That's so weird."
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, of course your
Yeah.
crocodile's gonna sometimes snap.
Yeah.
Well, because she really seems like she likes him. She really tries to get him to play during the
But
day.
she wants. She wants.
Yeah.
And she's young. And she's gonna push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's gotten in bed with him and
Yeah,
stuff. It's like
that's
she wants to
fine.
be his
Yeah.
friend, you know.
But that's not access to
Is that okay?
rewards and stuff, right? So
Right.
if I don't have to share my $1 million lottery prize with Jesse,
Yeah.
if I could just
Cool.
kind of bully him
Yeah.
to get the hell out of here, and then I got all my millions on my own,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I try to bully him? Most dogs are going to do that. They're going to try to bully the other dog, especially a less able, older, less capable dog,
Yeah.
right? They're always going to do that.
Okay.
Regardless of the household, there
Yeah.
usually is going to be a little bit of that,
Yeah.
right? She's just very overt about it. Some dogs are very like more on the sly about it. They'll stare at the other dog, and the other dog will be like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna put it back down," right? Where she's just like, "Ah."
Yeah. What are you thinking, Dave? Are you gonna ask something?
No, I'm just thinking about. Well, I'm thinking about the truth in what you're saying, and kind of thinking about.
We got
how
it on
they
video.
interact.
Yeah.
So we
Oh,
can
yeah.
take
Those
a look
videos
at
are
it.
awesome, by
We
the
can
way.
take a look at it. They're not always great, right? Like
Well,
you
that
get
was
great
very
ass
helpful.
shots and like the muffled and this and that. But
It's so good.
you can
It was
rewatch
helpful.
it, and on YouTube it's great. You can slow it down,
Yeah.
and you can actually see, and you can like speed it up and do this and that. I love it, and
Yeah.
this is going to be
Helpful.
super helpful
Yeah.
when you watch it, because we can't be watching everything all at once. But when you watch it back, you can.
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, it was that, and then this, and then this.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe she was just like, oh, I was talking.
Yeah.
We had the turkey, the highest value out,
Yeah.
right? She was getting closer. They were getting closer.
Yeah, they
And
were.
that's why I was like, whoa, back them up, back them up.
Uh-huh.
And then it was
Chaos.
tipped over. It was too
Yeah.
close. That's all. Right?
Too close.
Yeah.
You got amateurs here.
Yeah. But no worries.
Yeah.
She's learning. She's in the learning stage.
Yeah.
So your crocodile still is wanting to snap, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's information for him. She's not gonna. She wasn't like telling him, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
She was saying.
She was getting more vicious though at the end.
No, she wasn't.
Wasn't she?
Because she was saying, "Buzz off. That's my turkey."
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Right. That's all.
Yeah.
Right. And she,
Mhm.
did I think she was gonna like eat him? No.
Mhm.
But is it behavior I want her to practice? Absolutely not.
Mhm.
And the easiest way to stop her from practicing that behavior is by fencing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Where would you
my
pick
else.
up?
Well-
Where can we pick up fences like that?
At
Well,
pet store,
Pet store,
Amazon,
or
yeah,
Amazon,
yeah.
Amazon,
that's
yeah.
You
right.
don't need super tall.
Yeah.
You know, you just need something to curb the
Yeah.
impulse. Because if there was an X-Pan fence there, a panel,
Yeah.
it would have gone nowhere,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Okay.
But I think she did great today.
Yeah.
She did.
You know, the
Yeah.
thing about outbursts, especially at the end of a session, is their brains get tired.
She's tired.
They
yeah.
get cranky. They get tired. They're like a little kid.
Yeah.
We did have a couple after where we put her in the crate. Remember
Yeah.
when she's after you were here the last time, where she a couple snappy things that she did, and she hasn't really done
No.
it since. I
Not-
mean, we
not
put her right in the
until-
crate like you had done. But I'm just thinking about like at night he sleeps in his crate and she sleeps on a chair in our room. We're all in there.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I mean, she doesn't go after him like she did just now, but she will do that like when he comes up to the bed, you know, she'll jump up on the bed and then she's just like trying to keep him away. Like,
Right. So the bed is a resource.
Okay.
It's where you guys are.
Mhm.
This is my area. These are my people.
Mhm.
And that's not like, it's just not okay.
No.
Right? I don't
Yeah.
want her. The more that any dog practices any behavior, the better they get at it. Like, oh, I do this at the bed. I do this at the sofa. I do it at the dog bed. I do it at the door. I do it at blah 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 blah. I do it
Yeah.
at all over.
So,
And so
should she be in a crate too?
it's
or
up to you.
what would you do? I mean, or what?
If
how-
she's guarding the bedroom, I wouldn't have her in the bedroom. I would have him in the bedroom maybe.
and
Or
have
I
her
would have
out
her
here.
in the crate. Yeah. There's no guarding when the dog is in the crate. Period.
Yeah.
Unless the dog is like reacting to a person approaching. There's no
Yeah.
guarding. She's not going to be able to guard him.
I don't know if she'll be barking or not. We haven't tried her,
Mhm.
you know, other than for a short period
Or
of time.
you set up an X-Pan around her chair,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like, get in. That's your bed. We set up the X-Pan. You don't have access to guard the bed.
Right.
You're in your open style crate,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
She loves her chair, fine.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have access to guard your bed.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about stopping that.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Practice.
he's in a crate with the door's open. The door to the crate is open. You know.
She's gonna need to use the toilet.
Yeah.
And she's had drinks. I would put her in somewhere to have a nap. She needs to settle down.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when do you guys want to meet for your next session?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.